Hello everyone, I'm going to try this again because I recorded about 17 seconds and tried to answer a Skype message and immediately it pulled me out of this, stopped the recording, so now I'm trying it again, so let me replay this.
5 wagons grope blindly for the path on a starless night, their master glancing ever upward to the skies for assurance that he is on the right course. A dim lantern his only protection against the encroaching darkness. But the skies bring no comfort, shining no light, betraying no hint of what they know. The caravan carries travelers bound for the frontier hamlet of Gilded Vale, you among them, where a local lord has offered land and wealth to settlers from abroad looking for a fresh start. You have taken suddenly ill, sweating and shivering, and one of the other travelers signals for the caravan master to stop on your behalf. He pulls up just in time to avoid plowing into the trunk of a fallen tree that bars the way ahead. You will go no further tonight.
Yeah, the issue I have here is, personally I feel like they maybe should have had the character creation done first and then, or have a different intro, like carry on about the story for a little while and then get into into this, because it's like he was taken suddenly ill and all this stuff. Like, obviously there's no physiological differences amongst the different kith, which is their kind of name for the people of Aora, I think is the name of the land. But yeah, maybe would have had a little exposition dump for character creation, and then this. Maybe add an extra couple of words about how you're the only godlike in the group. If you're a godlike, you're the only on Mao. Actually, there might be one or two on Mao, but it's like it would change just a little bit depending. But let me get started. This time it's like I always go for the very fantastical type stuff in most stories. I rarely ever play a just straight up normal character vis-a-vis well, not, I can't remember what vis-a-vis is. I might be using it wrong, but I tend to play orcs, trolls, stuff like that. So I'm tempted to again do a godlike, maybe an Orlin, but I'm not that short, and I would lose might. But yeah, here are all the different races. Excuse me. Yeah, I would get fucking hiccups. Or not hiccups, but just horrible chest sucking burps right when I'm trying to record. But yeah, I think I might go the fantastical route. Really the only issue I have with the fantastical route is if things go a certain way, or if I beat this, but then I want it to look like me, I can't do so because I would have to go back through the entire game again. This game is a long one. But I want to get the best out of the kindly Wayfarer Paladin, and it's very heavily pushed that a boon godlike is the one. Yeah, and each one has a certain ability, like Death Godlike. When you're pretty much hitting an enemy who's about to die, you do a bit more damage. I want to say because it says with 25 less endurance, it's 1.5 times more. It's maybe 25% more. Fire Godlike, when you are hurt a good amount, you deal damage to people. It's not my thing. Silver Tide, which is every encounter when reduced below 75, 15, 25%, you generate waves of healing moonlight that restore endurance. And then Nature is a boost to might, constitution, and dexterity. But I'm sticking with the moon godlike. Which it is said that they're the most tolerated. I'm just sad that they can't have like facial hair and stuff, because that would have been just hysterical. Like you could totally make facial hair for a moon godlike, but it's whatever. And then Flames of Devotion, Lay on Hands is pretty much, I want to say, like the D&D ability. You can just heal people. I think it's a D&D ability. But yeah. Okay, what was... It was like... Wrap this all the way up to like 18. Yeah, it's like... Yeah, I discovered this actually works really well with certain abilities. And then each land gives you a different ability. See, and if you can work it the right way, you get certain bonuses for different places. Deadfire Archipelago, I could do that, but that would seem a bit too on the nose considering Deadfire's about to come out. I may eventually build a like Amau, Deadfire Archipelago Amau character. I don't know. I like it because it makes a good reference to where I live. A little bit. And usually I always go with merchant because there's not like author. What's drifter? Yeah. Merchant fits me more. Let's see. It's just, the debate still stands. It's like, do I play a moon godlike and be a much more effective paladin and also look kind of cool? Screw it. Stick to this. Yeah, then, like, you really can't modify your character that much, which does suck quite a bit. I am tempted to, like, go back and make him just human, but then I wouldn't be getting the best out of... no. Let's go. Let me see. Difference in human... What is it? Okay, fighting spirit. Actually, that works a little better compared to... Oh, wait, did I get 18 resolve plus the 1 for human? Sucks it don't give me more points though. But now I can pretty much pass most in constitution checks, and my dexterity being at 9 isn't that big of an issue. And then with this, I can do other things. Let me see. There's the blue there, and then the light gray here. And then my favorite part of the game, facial hair. Let me bring it back around on the 13th because I want to say there's one that I really like. That's the more realistic one for me. Then scrolling back through here, all the anime hair. Switch back around, and then let's see. Oh, I want to see 5. Switch between 5 and 3. Let me snap it back around to 1. That's shaved head. That's that. That's this. That's that. And then with any character, I like to give them this. Still going to give them this helmet because that's pretty much the helmet that I normally wear. Oh yeah, wait. Myself. That much brighter. And yeah, now
I'm here.
We're just done, and then here goes my name, and then I'm gonna let it get into the better part of the story, or not the better part of the story. I'm gonna run through the dialogue, get out of the dialogue, then I'll come back after making sure that this recorded my voice and everything. Then I'll continue where I left off. I was about to be like, bye, but then I realized that there's still more to it. Now I'm gonna shut up so you can talk.
Everybody stays close to the wagons, got it? Stay out of the woods, and beasts take you if you are planning a stroll through those ruins up there. Whole area's crawling with hut-dwelling types who would be happy to stick an axe in you for trespassing. So mind that you don't track mud on their sacred blazing rocks. Tonight, everybody stays put, and in the morning we'll get the path cleared. Gilded Vale's less than a day out. Understood? Touch of the rumbling rot, could be. There's a stinging beetle round here, carries it. You'll be fine once it passes your innards. Unless you don't drink water, course. Which case you'll be dead in a day. There's a berry grows in these parts, small and pink, called a springberry. About the size of a fingernail. Give you cramps if you eat it, but the frontiersmen make a tea from it. Calms the insides. Should get you through the night. You might check around, see if you can find some. Meanwhile, I'll see if we can scare you up some water. I know you want to hunt before it gets much darker, but see about refilling our water first. Got a sick one here.
Yeah. Here's my thing. I love this guy's voice acting. And it makes me sad that, like, you don't see this often with other places. And oh my god, I just now noticed the fucking effect coming off of the fire. I played this on a previous PC and it did not look this pretty, and it didn't run as smoothly as it does.
They grow on a bush that's common round here, kind of funny looking. You'll know it when you see it. Doubt you'd have to go far off the road to find one. Nothing you won't see on half the hills of Air Glonfoth. Money to be made selling their knickknacks in Defiance Bay, if you don't mind getting stuck with Glonfoth and arrows now and again. They didn't build them, but I'll be the effigy if they don't watch them like a mother bear. Of course, all the ones around here have been ransacked 10 times over. Got nothing left worth half a pawn, so I hear.
Yeah, and it opens up to things like your character's attributes, skills, class, race, culture, and sex may all open up options for human dialogue. These options are not necessarily to spirit other responses, but to give you a wider variety of choices to select from. The manner in which someone responds to your choices depends on the individual personality and attitude. Yeah, I'm assuming this is most likely aimed at druids, who would be or someone who is from this area. I want to say it was a choice. Not a choice, like, there would be a response right there, but there's nothing for me.
Got different names for them. Settlers called them Ingwithans. Nobody that liked them enough to stop them becoming ruins, tell you that much. Not if you hurry about your business. And not if the weather holds up. This time of year, rain mostly, and wind. But there's a different kind of wind out here time to time. Locals call it a beawick, born out of the ether, the spirit's path. Never seen it myself, never cared to. They don't got Adra where you come from? Well, it just grows up out of the ground like this. Goes deep like tree roots. Some of it all the way to the heart of the world, you believe the stories.
Yeah, my issue with that is, like, we're probably going to go to the Living Lands or something eventually. More than likely going off of a podcast of how the CEO of Obsidian wants to do like a first-person exploration set in this universe, from what I was discerning out of the podcast. That the Living Lands would be interesting because that's all these different whatchamacallits everywhere. And Public says that place would be covered in Asia, so there's no reason I should ask this. But it's just for the story.
It's more like a shell than a proper rock. Easier to work if you're a mason. Got all kinds of strange properties. Seems to have some kind of life of its own. Dies if it gets dug up. Loses its luster. Folks think it probably grew at one point or another, but not these days. The soul butchers in Defiance Bay use it for different things. I've heard tell it can hold a man's soul, but I don't care to see it. Got enough to worry about without seeing something like that. Hold on. Take someone with you. I know you're not some helpless tenderfoot, not like most of this lot. But you drop dead, I don't want to be looking for the body. Got a schedule to keep. Calisca. Calisca! He needs to find some springberries. Watch that he doesn't drop dead.
No promises.
What kind of guide says something like that?
Kind you can afford.
Don't listen to her, you're in good hands. And I pay too well, if anything. Off with you. Hayden should have supplies. See that you're equipped before you head out. We're in harsh country. Get your berries and hurry back. And if you get so much as a tickle of wind, you drop everything and you run. Something in the air tonight. If it's a beawick, we'll shelter in the ruins. Hut dwellers be damned.
You heard the man. Let's get going before you keel over.
Welcome to Pillars of Eternity. If this is your first visit to the world of Aora, you may want to watch these windows to become familiar with the tools and interfaces available to you. Your party always consists of your character and up to 5 additional companions or adventurers. While the caravan is camped outside the Glamfather ruins, Odima has assigned Calisca to you. Calisca is a fighter, a class that excels at close quarter defense. Use your abilities to complement your own. We should have had like a party type thing where it's like Calisca has a band of mercenaries, and depending on who you're playing as, you would be exposed to said other classes. For instance, you're playing a mage, so you would join her. You're playing like a paladin, she'd be like, well, I've got other people, you seem to be able to defend yourself, being a paladin and all, so go with this guy, or go with this girl, whatever. To select a party member, click on their selection circle, their portrait, or press the number that corresponds to their position in the party, starting with 1 at the left. To select multiple party members, click and hold anywhere on the screen and drag the marquee over the circles of the party members you'd like to include. To select a character, click anywhere on the screen where your cursor is a circle of 4 wedges. All selected characters will path to their corresponding position in the formation. If you see a red circle with a slash through it, you cannot walk on that part of the map. When multiple party members are selected, the action bar is hidden. To see an individual character's options, select only that character. And there you have it. This is my second attempt at recording. Hopefully it has maintained recording my voice. If not, I'm going to be kind of aggravated.